Today's video, we'll look at a scenario with Egypt and Ethiopia go to war. Why would this happen? Over the Nile Dam, let's say the Grand Renaissance Dam that Ethiopia built. Let's say Egypt attacks that to start this. Well, Sudan, basically in a state of anarchy, so, well, Egypt decides to go through it. Because it's in a state of basically anarchy and a lot of unrest. Aligning with them would be even harder. But Ethiopia also starts an invasion of them, seeing them as neutral territory. Basically, it's territory just walk through. And well, Egypt manages to take the rest of the coast. And then they start advancing. As they end up advancing to about here. So them both occupying territory here. And well, the front kind of stalls out. Ethiopia manages to get an ally in Eritrea, while Somalia gets aligned with Egypt. And as you can guess, that didn't really benefit Egypt. Well, they try to get Kenya's help, but they fail. With, right now, the advantage is with Ethiopia and Eritrea, as they take advantage of the situation to advance. With South Sudan being also in turmoil, so it should walk through as if it was never there. To create a puppet, basically. And well, yeah. Egypt isn't a fan of this. Of Ethiopia occupying like everything. But Ethiopia pushes them back even further. But at this point, they start getting pushed back as the forces advance through towards South Sudan. And they manage to get the help of Chad and Uganda, Rwanda, and Burundi. With this being a minor advance. With Ethiopia aligning with the DRC. I don't know what this is going to benefit them for. It kind of allows an offensive, a strong offensive. As they start working on a corridor with forces of Ethiopia being pushed back, meaning they can't help the DRC. But at this point, as even more forces entering the north, the DRC decides to surrender, with Ethiopia starting to get pushed back out of Sudan. As well, forces cross and quickly take out Eritrea. And these forces quickly take over this area and start advancing towards the capital. And they advance over here, with Ethiopia managing to push them back from the capital. But at this point, they start taking more land deeper within Ethiopia. This leads to, well, the capture of Addis, the capital. And they look like this when they surrender. And now, let's go to the peace treaty. Uganda, Burundi, and Rwanda all gain some lands from the Democratic Republic of Congo. Chad is upset because they didn't gain any land. And Egypt annexed all of South Sudan, Tigray region, Ethiopia, Eritrea, and parts of Ethiopia there, with Somalia annexing land, and Ethiopia becomes a puppet. I'm sure that's going to be a stable peace treaty. And that's all for today's video. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Wild Mapper out, and until you subscribe.